Hey nerds, it's MattyAtoms, where it's all outer space all the time. And in the last 3 episodes, we covered every single bot and boot that's touched down on the moon during the space race era of the 60s and 70s. And check out this timeline of lunar exploration. I've highlighted all of the ones that we've covered and episode coded them, but you'll notice there's quite a few smaller missions there that we've skipped over. So, for the sake of being thorough, let's knock those out quickly before we move on to India and China. So get ready. So, the Surveyor Program. Before NASA risked sending humans to the moon, they needed proof the surface could actually support a lander. Believe it or not, some scientists genuinely weren't sure. There was a theory floating around that the lunar surface was just a deep layer of fine dust that would swallow spacecraft whole. So between 1966 and 1968, NASA sent 7 Surveyor probes to find out. These unmanned landers couldn't rove, they couldn't collect any samples, but they did something super important. They proved that you could touch down safely and that the ground wouldn't swallow you whole. So 5 of the 7 nailed it. Without the surveyors, Apollo 11 would have been a gamble that nobody was willing to take. And meanwhile, in the Soviet Union, they weren't sitting still either. So in 1966, right alongside Luna 9, they also quietly landed Luna 13, another soft lander. More data and more proof that they were winning the robotic side of the space race. And then came the rovers. Lunokhod 1 in 1970 and Lunokhod 2 in 1973, both controlled remotely from Earth. Just the world's first remote-controlled cars operated on the moon. So, Lunokhod 1 ran for 11 months straight, covering miles of terrain and sending back thousands of photos. Scientists used it to bounce lasers off a reflector on its back to measure the exact distance from Earth to the moon, and that reflector still works today. And on top of all of that, the Soviets kept sending sample return missions. Luna 20 in 1972 and Luna 24 in 1976, scooping up lunar soil and bringing it home robotically. No humans required. But here's the kicker. Despite all of that, the Soviets never once landed a human on the moon. Never. All of that innovation and competition, and they never got there with a crew. Perhaps there were competing priorities, but after Apollo 17 in 1972 and Luna 24 in 1976, nobody went back for over 30 years. So in the next episodes, we're going to be shifting gears entirely. It's going to be new players, a new era. We're going to be talking about India's Chandrayaan mission and China's Chain-E program, Artemis, how the private industry has jumped into the space program. So we're going to be going from the past into the present and then the future. So we're going to be covering it all. Make sure to check out those other episodes. I will link them right here for you. This has been MattyAtoms. I hope you've learned something new, and I hope you have a wonderful day.